welcome to another edition of Beyond the Veil with Daniel Jackson. Me, I'm your host, Daniel Jackson, and today we have on our show, Shante Hood. Shante, how are you today?
I am energized, okay? I am the Energizer Bunny over here today.
Are you?
Yes.
What's going on with that?
So what just recently happened, yesterday my sister came to me with some information in regards to our grandfather. This is somebody that we didn't have access to.
Sure.
We found out that he passed away in 2016.
Wow.
Something out of nowhere told my sister to go search this man's name up. Out of nowhere. It's put on her heart and on her mind. I knew who it was.
Yeah, we know who it is, but she probably wasn't sure.
She wasn't. And she looked it up and then she called me. And she said, bitch, I need you to look up this name. I said, well, who is it? Well, wait a minute, because why'd you say it like that? And as soon as I pulled up this man's face, my heart fell into my stomach. I felt the same feeling that I felt when my dad passed away. Looking at that man's face, I saw my dad. I saw me. I said, bitch, who the fuck is he? And why he look like me? Why does that man look like me? She said, that's our grandfather. Now, backstory, before she called me, I was in a group on Clubhouse listening to a conversation. And there was a lady in the group who had did a clearing invocation chant.
Okay.
And asked for all of our family members of our DNA line to come forward.
Come through.
Those who we don't know to come and show themselves. My sister calls me with this information at 5:55.
And as we know, no such as coincidence, right?
I turned around and I looked to my side and I said, Daddy, I said, are you doing this? Do you want us to reach out to them? And then I heard, when you get your feelings, when they let you know something's right or something's wrong, my ear got to flicking. My ear got to flicking like it wasn't nobody's business. Okay, you ain't got to flick me too many times. I get it. And so we were able to find out that my dad has another brother and two sisters.
Wow.
And they have children as well, all alive. And it's just been excitement. It's been excitement. It's been this. It's been phone calls coming in. So I do apologize if a call comes through. It's been excitement, and so because I know where it comes from, I'm excited.
Has it been, since you're getting this information? Has it been a good result?
So it's been a mix.
Okay.
From what I'm able to see, and I try not, like, sometimes it's hard not to use your gifts.
Sure.
When you know that you're able to pick certain things out.
Right.
So in regards to the cousins, the ones who would be my first cousins, they are excited. They're over the moon. They're like, she looks like Grandpa. She looks like Papa. Who is she and why she look like him? But the children,
right?
The children have a whole different mindset.
Sure, I get that. So you say your family has, would you say it's mixed emotions about this?
It's been mixed received as far as the siblings are concerned. They're on the fence about it, but they're on the fence about it because the father, our grandfather, never told them anything about my dad or my uncle.
Oh.
They knew nothing about them, nothing, until my uncle came to a family reunion unannounced. My uncle came and said, hey, sir, I have reason to believe that you my daddy.
Wow.
And he denied it. And because of that, I think I feel like they might feel like, what if my dad didn't want to have that connection? Who am
Sure.
I to then turn around and make that connection? Completely understandable.
And maybe that's why some people just keep secrets all the time because they don't want to have that. Yeah.
Right, but secrets hurt, especially when they dark secrets. And then when generations like me come up and
Right.
see these things, I got to bust that open. Oh no, sir, we can't do that. If you was a hoe back then, it's okay. Because we all have our whole moments.
So did he do it this way? Let me get some iced tea. I want some corn. Let me put some peas on my plate. Oh, by the way, I think you're my dad. I mean, was it pretty much just out of the blue like that? I mean, did it just
So they from what my newfound aunt tells me, she says they was all sitting at the family reunion at the little picnic, everybody eating, and this man walks up and he walks straight to my grandfather.
Oh, he had a plan.
He had plan, motive, intention. He had everything
Yeah.
sewn up from the
Yeah.
flow up. Okay. He walked to him, tapped him, and said, "Excuse me, sir. I have reason to believe that you're my father." And my uncle and my aunt, which is my grandfather's kids who he's there with, they're like, "Daddy,
What?
what him talking about?
Yeah.
What is him talking about?" And then they got to looking at him and they're like, "He look like us, Daddy. Daddy, make it make sense." Nothing was ever said.
He didn't want nothing to do with it. That's a shame. I mean,
Nothing was ever said.
now I have a question for you because of something you just said earlier. You said when this happened, when you found out the information, you being you, for a second there, you said maybe I should turn off my abilities and then try to think a different way. Are you able to do that? I myself am not able to do that. I can't turn them off. They're never turned off. It never goes away. I can't just wake up one morning and go, okay, let me hit a light switch and make everything turn off or turn on. I'm connected 24/7, no matter what. But you say you can turn it on and off?
So when I say turn on and off, I don't fully turn myself off,
I didn't
but
think so. Try to
I
think different.
dim,
Yeah,
I dim myself. I dim that connection. I dim that light because I've been told a lot, sometimes you think too heavy into shit, but then I be like,
right,
but it's normal. I don't understand why you
right,
ain't thinking
right, right,
so heavy.
right. Absolutely. And I'm
So
the same way. I think about it. I go through every possibility with it, but I don't know if that's a remnants of me doing that or that's because they are having me do that. You know what I'm saying?
right, right. So for me, I can tell when information is from spirit and when it isn't from, just me knowing stuff,
Right,
when it's an automatic thought. It's
right,
like it didn't take me no time for this to come. And if
right.
you
It just
ask me
comes
to
in.
repeat it, I'm probably not going to be able to repeat it because I don't even know where the
Right,
fuck that shit came from.
right. And I'm the same way. Whereas in the very beginning of all this for me, it started out like a percentage type thing where my own thoughts were this and whatever else was coming in was this. Uh,
Right.
it's gotten to the point now for me that I'm unfortunately, but fortunately, I guess, I'm only 20% me and the other 80% is all them. So everything that comes into my mind, I'd be standing around people and I'm just standing around them and then things just start coming in about them.
Hmm.
And, and, but I guess the me part of me thinks to myself, should I tell them? Right?
Because if I tell them, are they going to believe?
Right.
are they going to believe that I see a color emanating off of you? I
Right.
can tell that somebody has hurt your feelings recently. Are they
Right.
going to believe that?
Right. Right. I did it today earlier. I was at a shop and this lady started talking and she said to her partner who was standing next to her, she said, I thought about riding my motorcycle today, but I didn't do it. I should have done it because I just knew something was telling me to do it. And I stepped in and I said, do you know what that just knew who that was? And she said,
Mm-hmm.
and she pointed up. And I said, well, yeah, sort of, but what they are is your spirit guides. I said, my name's Daniel Jackson, otherwise known as Spirit Medium Daniel. I see dead people. Would you like to talk a little bit? And she was like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Boom. And then it was right then and there. And then I was telling her all about her and
Right.
telling her partner all about him and stuff like that. And they were
It
like,
takes off.
yeah, it just took off. And that was, but as you and I both know, that doesn't always happen. You
Mm-mm.
run into people. Do you get a feeling or a sense or also being told? Because I will ask spirit, is it okay to tell them? And they will give me a yes or no answer. Do you get those types of things as well?
I am starting to get better with that because what they have told me is that sometimes I overshare information. Sometimes I tell people stuff that they don't be ready for, but it
Yeah.
only be because I guess that human side of me is like, well, look, give them a chance.
Right.
They, they may be able to do something with it, but spirit's like, no, no.
Yeah.
That part they have to figure out on their own. You cannot give that all to them.
Right. Because that's what we are here to do. We are, God bless us. Well, yeah, He blessed us once. He put us here. He wants us to figure out the rest. He wants us to learn how to do things. You can't tell them
Right.
everything because if you tell them everything, then they're going to know their life ahead of time and they're not going to live it to experience it.
They're not even going to make the choice to do that. They get hung up on the this is my future card.
Yes.
She said this is my future card, so this has to be my future. No.
Yes. No.
No, it does not, baby.
No.
If
No,
you
there's no
fuck up
limit.
and
You can
change
change it.
something in the goddamn sequence,
Yeah.
you're gonna fuck that future up, and that's not gonna happen.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Yeah. And I always, when I'm doing a reading for somebody, Shante, I always tell them, because they ask me some questions, and I always, first thing comes out of my mouth is, don't ask a question that you don't want the answer to. Because they always ask this and that, a lot of love questions and stuff, and I always tell them, don't ask questions you don't want the answer to, because I'm going to give it to you
You're gonna
straight.
have to put in the work.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to you straight as shit, and if you don't like it, I can't deal out another card for you. This is what it is. So
because then they're going to tell me to stop asking, and then ugly cards are going to come up,
right.
and then you're going to really be upset.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I saw a meme one time on Facebook where there was a tarot card reader there and a girl sitting in front of her, and the tarot card reader puts the cards out for her, and the girl looks at him and doesn't like him and says, "Why don't you shuffle that shit again?" Because people don't like the outcome. I feel as though they want an answer that they want and not the answer that they actually supposed to get.
And what your soul needs
Yes.
is the truth.
Yes.
I can't feed you baby milk.
That's
I can't
right.
feed you sugar.
Right.
Sugar is not going to help you. I got to give you this water.
Right.
Okay. Drink this water.
Right. Because I tell them, you may not get the readings you want, but you will get the reading that you need.
Exactly.
So you say you've been doing this for, let's see, you've been a medium and an energy healer for 7.5 years.
Yes.
And you were pretty much finding out this about yourself when you were 25?
It started around, I want to say my official kickoff session is what I call it, because that's when all of my guides and ancestors were like, Shante, when you hear them whisper in your ear and then you feel there's somebody here with me.
There's somebody here with me.
But I'm sitting in a room by myself. I was 25 I was 25 and I didn't have to work that day. I was working in the CNA field. I always wanted to be a nurse my whole entire life. So I was in the CNA field and had the day off. And I was just sitting there looking at the TV. All of a sudden, hear somebody say my name. Okay, let me pick up my phone, make sure because sometimes you can sense when somebody's about to call you or
Right.
when somebody's about to send you something on your phone. If your frequencies be up there, you feel that shit.
You're picking up on it.
So I looked at my phone, ain't nothing on my phone. I'm like, okay, do it again, and I'm gonna have to ask you who you are.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I said it. And I heard it again, and then I felt it on the back of my neck.
Yeah.
And I said, who are you? And why are you here? And it was at that point I felt warmth come over me. It wasn't heat.
Right.
It wasn't heat. It was warmth that came over me. And I'm like, it feels like somebody's giving me a bear hug. I need to call my sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I called my sister because the first thing I'm thinking is, bitch, you ain't smoking a weed today. So I know you're not high. I know you're not under the influence. What's going on? So
right.
I call
What's
her.
going on? Where's it coming from?
So I call her and she tells me, hey, there's this psychic that I know that be on Facebook. She's actually live. Go into her live, see if she can say something to you. So I'm like, okay, look, bitch, at this point, I'm willing to do anything. My anxiety is through the roof. My fucking earth. There are people here and I can't see them. So I go into the Facebook live and the girl's giving a reading. As she's giving a reading, she stops. And she said, somebody just walked in here and they have a lot of people with them. There's a whole lot of energy going on. If you just walked in here, say me, put a 1 in the chat, put something in there. Y'all, she ain't talking to me. She ain't talking to me.
You want to hope she's not talking to you, but she is.
She's not talking to me. And so she says it again. And I said, you know what, bitch? She's talking to you. It's me. And I feel like there are a lot of people here. Please help me. And she said, thank you for telling me that you're here. Let me finish this reading real quick. I'm going to finish him real quick because your people have something to say to you. My people?
Your people.
What? And so she finishes with the dude and she says, you just started feeling people around you. You've been hearing people call your name and you've been getting dreams, haven't you? Why, yes. Yes, I have. How do you know these things? How are you picking this up? She said, honey, your light, your ability is on 10,000 right now. I could see you before you even said anything. That's how charged you are. Okay, well, what do I do? What do I do? How do I talk to him? How do I figure it out? She said, that's a learning process.
Yeah.
She said, I can't give you the answer. She said, I could tell you how to get quiet and how to start it up. She said, but as far as everything that you're able to do, you're going to have to figure that out step by step.
Right. In the same way that it happened to you, I was having that kind of stuff. So I went to a show to see a woman because I talked to her one time and she told me to come to her show. I walked in. As soon as I walked in the room and opened the door, she did one of these. And she followed me and watched me sit down. At the end of the show, I went up to her and she said the same thing. Your light is so bright. I saw you like spirit sees you, and you're super bright, and they look at you like a beacon of light. And that's how I saw you. And I saw you walk in the room. She goes, I didn't realize it was you, the guy I talked to 2 weeks ago. But I saw it, and I was like, I was like the same way. What's that mean? I don't know.
How the fuck do I fix it?
Help me do it. Help me do it.
Help!
And she said the same thing. She said, you're going to have to sit down and have a talk with God if you want to do this or not. And at that point, after that, you're going to have to figure it out the way that it works for you, because it works differently for everybody.
Right. And the thing about that was going back and asking God, because I remember when I was 22, I had felt like there were things guiding my life.
Right.
And I remember sitting there and I said, I don't want this no more. Why can't I be ratchet like everybody else? Why can't I just be, nonchalant
You're not meant to
like
be.
everybody else? Right. And that was it. And the thing is, he showed me this is exactly why you're not supposed to be this. I was homeless 3 times. I was without a job for like 4.5 years. Like, it was unnecessarily rough when I've always had things to be able to be accommodated for me. I've never, look how they just made that come off. I've never had to worry about, money coming in. It's always been something that's just kind of flowed. But when I said I didn't want those gifts,
Right.
I was shitty broke.
Right.
Okay, like shitty broke. Like, God damn it, bitch, this ain't gonna work.
Because they were showing you at that moment. Maybe you said you didn't want it, but they're telling you you need it.
I need it.
Yeah.
And I never realized how much I needed it more than I say 25 moving up. Every year is an experience.
Yeah.
Every year is an upgrade.
Yes.
Every year. Sometimes it be semi-annually.
Right.
Sometimes they get you 6 months and you be like, God damn, I wasn't ready for the upgrade yet. But you said I'm ready. Okay, come on, let's get it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. In the very beginning for me, they were working on me and doing stuff, and I was getting upgraded every 2 weeks. But it was literally making my body physically ill. I mean, it was coming out of both ends type of thing for a long time.
Right.
Now it's slowed down. So I get a bunch of information, and then it takes a little while, and I learn how to get it, and I get it right for me. And then, boom, it's another one. And
it's never ending.
It's never ending.
These
Absolutely.
lessons will not end. If I can share any knowledge, the lessons never end.
No.
Once you get over one, they give you a pop quiz on one you had 7 years ago just to make sure you on your toes.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Right. Because it's all about giving you that information and then you learning it, but you keeping up with it too.
You need to
while you're getting the new one. Yeah, you gotta work it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, you found it out. We found it out. There's keys to this shit.
Yes, I found it out. And say you say you've been doing this for 7.5 years now, right?
Yes. So after I turned 25, around 26, 27, I met a lady in the Philippines. I don't want to say I met her. She met me. Like the whole, seeing the light. She saw me.
Right. They are bringing you two together.
And with that, she helped me to meet someone else who helped me then to develop my skills in those steps that they told me I was going to have to receive them in. I journaled every moment of it because first off, it's like a fairy tale.
Yeah.
They tell you that imaginary friends aren't real. They tell you that dream world isn't real. It's just your imagination. Bitch, that shit's real, for real, for real. Like, you can leave here, like I can leave here, like my body be present. And I can go to a different galaxy, okay? I can go somewhere else and have a whole experience and come back and not only share my experience, but bring somebody from that era to tell you that direct experience. I'm in awe with it. Make it happen.
I don't do that myself, but what I do is, it just went out of my head. but I'm able to be here, and my consciousness can be outside doing other things.
So, remote viewing.
Remote viewing, yes. I had it in my head that it's called, but I'm able to remote view. But I'm not in control of it. It just turns on. I'll just be in meditation and it turns on. Or I was at Walmart one time with my wife, and she goes in the bathroom. I closed my eyes and it turned on.
Oh yeah, don't do that. Don't do any of that, because they'll take you out the matrix in 2 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I just, I would like to get it figured out, but I have other things that I have to do. So, so doing this for 7.5 years, and since doing this, when did you start bringing tarot into it?
I want to say I started doing tarot in 2017, 2016, 2017.
Right.
Is when I started that.
What's the reason to do that? Did they tell you to do that, or just did you feel like being around those cards, or just felt necessary to do it?
I felt like in order for me to confirm what it was I was receiving,
okay,
I needed the crutch.
Right. But it's no longer a crutch. It's a tool for you now, correct?
Correct. I needed that in order, because the thing is, once you start having those experiences, once you start discovering those gifts, your circle of friends gets small. It gets real small. It gets
like down to one or two. Yeah, I get it. You lose all your friends.
It's even if it's one or two, because that one or two might still think, bitch, you might need to take those pills the doctors gave you.
Yeah, because what people don't understand, they are afraid of, and when they're afraid of something, they just go away.
You run away from it, and you are not to run away from it. You are supposed to go to it like a kid in a museum. There's a museum open, and it's open for you to touch and experience everything.
Yeah.
But you got to be open to that. And being an adult kind of sucks that out of you. You don't get the opportunity to you say, hey, I'm going to go love on my inner child today.
Right.
I'm going to Chuck E. Cheese and kick it in the fucking tubes. And I wish a kid would tell me to move.
Big ass rat.
The thing is, we lose sight of that, and when we lose sight of that, that's when we then lose that connection. That's then when your sight of what you perceive reality then takes over.
Right.
But being in the moment, like today, I've been vibrating high all goddamn day. Ain't no meditation that I've been able to do today, Daniel. Ain't no meditation I've been able to do today to calm my energy down.
Yeah, it's hard to do. Yeah, because you got to slow yourself down to do that. And trying to slow yourself down when your energy is that high, it's just, I'll sit at my computer and just be screwing around on the computer, and then they'll message me. They touch me for yes and no answers, or they just touch me for a lot of things. And I'll go, and I'll hear meditation in my mind. I go, you guys want me to go meditate? And then I get a yes answer, and I go, okay. But that's at a moment that I know I'm already in that kind of slowing down.
Right.
But if I'm go, I mean, there's no way I could stop to do that.
Yeah, so it definitely becomes a challenge, but it's a learning moment, and it's a trusting moment. It's me getting more in tune. Like, I want to be able to be to the point where it's not a shut off. They're guiding me through everything, because with that guidance, I'm everywhere that I need to be, and I have everything it is that I need.
Oh,
no want to worry.
I'll be out riding my motorcycle, riding on the road. So I'm in touch with them this much. So I see them around me like this. They're floating around me all the time, and I see them next to me. And I'm riding my motorcycle, and I'll think to myself, okay, I got to make this right turn. And I get touched on my face for yes and no answers. It feels like a tear's running down my face for no. and I get touches by different angels here on my face, but for yes.
Right.
Right now I'm up to, I have gazillions, but I have 22 names I know exactly. 4 of them just came in the last week and a half. So, and I'm laying in her bed, and I get a touch, and I go, that's a new touch. Is there a name for that one? And I get Arthur, and I was like, Arthur? And they say, yes, for that. I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah, I'm right on, and I go, I'll make a right-hand turn, and I get, no. And I went, oh, so you don't want me to take a right here? I go down to the next one, make a right there? Yes. And the truth,
that's how I drive.
The truth part is trust. I don't know what was going to happen to that turn if I did take it.
Right.
But I trust the fact that they're looking out for my best interest. So I don't even ask them what was going to happen down there. I just go, is this where you want me to turn? That's where I'm going. You have to
nosy. I'm nosy. And that happened one time. I was driving, and I'm so happy that you brought that up.
How's that working out for you being nosy?
I was driving. It told me to stay in my goddamn lane.
That's right.
I was driving down the street, and I had that question. Should I go right, or should I keep going straight? My mind.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Did you yourself ask that question, or do you think that they put that question in your mind for you to ask so you could get the answer?
I think it was there because I think it was an experiment, because I went the opposite direction.
Oh, but physically, what were you thinking?
Physically, I went straight. Driving in the car, physically, I went straight. But my eyes, my mind sight
started going that way. Yeah, you're going
that way. And I got halfway down the street.
It is driving you to go. It's pulling at you to go.
I got halfway down the street and realized, bitch, you're not going that way. You're going this way. And it was like a piece of me slammed back into me.
Yeah. Turn around.
And then it was a whole bunch of cops up there. I was like, oh, y'all ain't want me to go nowhere near all that shit.
That's right.
Okay.
That's
My bad, homie. I'm going to listen to you next time. It's okay. Come on. We going to finish this drive, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they're looking at, we don't always, that's the thing in this world, people always think they need to know the answer to everything, but we don't. As long as they're taking care of us and looking out for our best interest, whatever was going to happen down that road, I don't care. Yes. They're trying to put me where I need to be sometimes, and that's so you say now you listen to everything they tell you. I mean,
now I listen. Now I don't like being hard-headed, and I don't like getting whoopings. I don't like getting whoopings too many times. So all they got to do is tell me once, and if I fuck up, okay, don't worry, I got it. I'm gonna get it next time.
Yeah,
I'm trusting.
You don't want a spiritual whooping, that's for sure.
No. My great grandmother did that to me when I was 9 years old. My father told me to go in the room and watch TV. And my daddy told me, he said, don't turn on BET. Don't you turn it to that station. And I had the remote in my hand, and I was flicking through the channels, and the thought came across my mind, turn on BET. And as soon as I thought that, somebody smacked me across my face. I felt.
Really?
I'm 9 years old. I'm a kid, okay? Shante! I'm calling for my little sister. Where are you at? She's hiding behind the curtain, because who just hit me in a room by myself?
Let me ask you something, because I just had something to me happen a couple of days ago. Was it? No, it was yesterday morning. Yes. I'm asking them. They're telling me it was yesterday. Do they ever touch you to wake you up out of your sleep?
Yeah, I get woke up out of my sleep. Yes.
Yeah. I got someone, and I know who did it, but I got someone who I could feel them. I wasn't awake, but I could feel them standing over me with their head down like this. and kissing me on the forehead, and that kiss woke me up.
Oh,
And
oh,
I was like, somebody just kissed me on my forehead, woke me up.
right. What are you doing? What are you doing over here giving love taps?
Right. Well, what was that for? What was that for?
Right.
After I thought about it, I was like, I could somehow in my sleep, I could feel them bending over me from behind and putting their head down and then kissing me on the forehead. How was I
Yeah.
able to do that when I was sleeping and then be woken up from that as well?
Because you have to remember there's that state
Yeah. Does
when
that
you're sleeping.
you're in?
There's
You're
that
in.
state
You're
where
in.
you're awake, but you're not all the way asleep. You
Yeah,
right
you're
here.
in.
And in that moment, you not only hear what's going on, it's just like when people pass away. Even though you might not be able to physically interact, you
Right.
hear everything.
Yeah.
Your feelings are all there.
Yeah.
Yes, most
Yeah.
definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah. Your senses are like on high alert all the time, and you're picking up on that stuff. So let me see.
Yes.
So it says, I'm just reading from what you sent me, um, and you met two people, the founder of Starseed Sisters and Brothers.
Yes, that would be Miss Leslie. That is the person that the lady in the Philippines, Miss Yvette, that's who she put me into connections with. Yes.
And are you still in contact with her at this moment?
Yes, so we just recently put up a live video on Facebook in regards to we were doing remote viewing for the moon. And so the guided meditation was to make it to the lunar surface and
Sure.
kind of explore what was going on. I like I said, I've traveled many a places, so I'm not trying to just stay on the danky ass moon because there's some
Right.
other shit going on. I'm worried about what else is going on.
Yeah.
So in that meditation, instead of me being on the forefront, we landed when we got into the meditation, we landed in between where Apollo 17 had landed and
Okay.
Apollo 11.
Okay.
It was in between, it's a little crater right there. So to the left of me, I could see all the previous other landing spots. I could see all of that stuff. But to the right of me, it was dark. And it was like, you know how like on like a movie scene, how like you pull the screen aside to get
Yeah.
to like what's going on behind.
Yeah.
So that's what I saw was the screen being pulled like that. And when it got pulled, I went further towards the back, the ground. It didn't really feel like sand, but it definitely felt like I didn't want to walk on it with my bare feet.
Right.
When I walked to the back, you know how like in like the fields when they be pumping for oil and stuff, I saw something like that kind of off into the distance. And it was going up and down. And I'm like, okay, so where is that going to? Because what are they doing with that?
Right.
And so I look further and I see that there's a light, there's an energy source that's in the middle of the earth, and in the middle of the moon. And I'm like, well, what are y'all gonna do pulling that out of there? What are they wanting to do with this?
Right.
And in the meditation, I heard, I want to control the tide. This controls the vibration of the earth. How can we then harness that power to harness the hold of the vibration over the earth? I'm like,
Who is? Yeah. Who is talking there? Who is doing this?
I want to know who's doing this because this sounds like bullshit, and I'm not with the bullshit. This sounds like pure bullshit. And they said, don't worry, we're going to give you more. Take this back, write it down. And I wrote it down. I have my journal in the back, but I wrote it down. I haven't went back in meditation on it yet. I do plan on doing that tomorrow. But like I said, things have been going crazy, especially with family. So I want to take the time to investigate deeper to go further with that.
Sure. Sure. Because when you get those kinds of information, you can't I don't know, it's something within us. I can't just let it go. And
Because it's something greater. It's
yeah, it's
something,
something
there's
great.
something more to it.
Yeah,
And if I'm able to open that up, if I'm able to share that with anybody and anybody is able to help embellish, please, please.
yeah. A couple 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, I was in meditation, and then I got done. And my wife, I will always walk out, and she always asks me, "So what'd you get?" And I saw, I said, "There's a volcano. It's about to erupt, and it's going to take out
Right.
a small town." And and she said, "Is it going to be here in the United States?" I said, "No." She said, "Okay." So she said, "What are you going to do with it?" I said, I don't really know at this point because I know what they told me it was inevitable to happen, so it needed to happen. So I just have to let it go because some messages I get about like happenings or people, I know
Yeah.
are meant to happen, and I just have to let them go. And then some I will tell people about, but when they tell me it's just to let it go, it has to happen, and I just do. Do you ever
And
get that
that
feeling as
sometimes
well?
be the hard part. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do.
yeah,
Sometimes that's the hard part because then the heart, the humanity in you,
yeah.
that part of you kicks in, and you're like, "There's nothing I can do," and they're like, "No."
No,
There's time given, and what we have to realize is that time is precious, and we need to be acknowledging of every moment because with every moment
yeah,
there's a lifespan within that.
right,
We have to be aware of the moments that are given to us and what it is that we're doing with it because sometimes not all of us get an opportunity for that door to keep opening back up.
right,
Some of
right.
us get that shake up where you can't shake back from.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so yeah, and like when I'm around when I was around those two people today, I told them, uh, life is there are two rules in life, and as long as you follow them, comprehend them, and understand them, and all that stuff, you'll appreciate everybody's life around you, and
Yeah.
your own too, and you'll maybe do things a little bit differently. She said, and what's that? I said, well, rule number one is people die every day, and rule number two is you can't change rule number one. When it's your time to
At
go,
all.
when it's your time to go, it just is. So while you're here, let all the petty stuff go. It's not important, and do the good stuff. And take care
Daniel,
of each
say
other.
it louder.
Oh,
Say
yeah,
it louder.
take
Say it
care of
louder.
each other. We're all. I mean, you know what the difference is between me and you? Nothing. You're a beautiful human being, just like I am. We all are, and we need to see that and understand that, and know that we could do much better in this world. But unfortunately,
Things could be so simple.
they could be
Okay?
so simple. They could be.
Things could be so simple. I remember within a past life of mine where money was never an object. I gave because it was needed for
Right,
you.
right,
You gave to me because it was needed. We
right,
were able to have that exchange with no worry, with
right.
no animosity, with no secret attachments to it. I remember that world, and for the life of me, can't understand
What happened to it?
why the fuck we do. Why are we struggling? Why are we struggling? Why are we struggling? Why?
Power and
Why?
struggle is coming from those who we relinquished the power to a long time ago, and we have not been able to take it back. And they won't give it back to us because they like that. They like it's those people who tell you how to live your life the way they want you to live it, and give them 10% at the same
Right.
time. Yeah.
And then now I got to give you a percent of what I got going on. But what are you
Right.
doing for me
Right.
other than sucking the energy from me?
Where did they where did they
Energy.
learn about that 10% thousand years ago? Because the people who wrote all that stuff were the kings and queens. That's how they know it. And they don't want to give that power back. So we're kind
Yeah.
of we're kind of stuck for a while until we can stand up and say, hey, you know what, everybody in your government, you're fired. So, but
Look, check out. Look, don't come back tomorrow, okay? Don't
yeah,
come
yeah,
back.
yeah. Check out and don't come back. Yeah, absolutely. So I know you say you also an energy healer, and how do you go about doing that? Do you have a specialty that you do with that, or is just that something uh, you like to do as far as sending healing energy out to other people?
So with the energy healing work that I do, I like to do it because I know being in the medical field, sometimes certain medicines don't always work. They not gonna touch what really need to be touched on. And I learned
Right.
that through my own experience having stomach issues and going to the doctor and them not knowing what the hell was going on, but they tested me and giving me all the drugs in the world. Here, take a little bit of this, take a little bit of that. This might work. Try this, try this.
Yeah, they don't want to give you a cure because they can't make money off the cure.
You can't make money off of the cure. And if you give me the cure, I might not come back to you if something
Right.
else happens.
Right.
Okay. So within this, I realized that with my ability to be able to go different places in my meditation, I was able to go within a sanctuary of myself.
Right.
And able to then go from point to point to point and find out, okay, well, what's going on? Now, at first I was like, well, let me start at my crown chakra, open this up. Hell no, bitch. You bright already. Don't touch none of that up there. Go down to your root first. Go ground yourself, plant
Right.
yourself, and then build that strength from the bottom
Right.
up. So I realized the job that I was in was not being beneficial to what my spirit was needing for me to do in life.
Right.
It wasn't being beneficial. And once I removed myself from that position, it's been about 4 months. I loved it. I loved everything about it. It was a great place to work. I would never talk anything bad about it. But for my body and what my journey is here in life, I wasn't going to be able to be with them. After leaving that position, slowly, my stomach started doing better. It started loosening up to where it wasn't as tight. It started to where now I'm able to have a bowel movement. I'm sorry, TMI moment.
Hello, I'm Daniel Jackson, also known as Spirit Medium Daniel. I have a new book out on Amazon titled Daniel Jackson, The New Beginning, My Awakening as a Spirit Medium. It's my story of becoming a medium in chronological order of how it happened for me. There are also 25 channeled messages from my spirit guides of what God wants us to know. You can find it there on Amazon by putting in the search bar, Daniel Jackson, The New Beginning. It is on paperback and ebook.
But even with that, I want to ask you, I know you're interviewing me, but I want to ask you, what have they said is the reason for this? Is this a part of that download sequence and then
Yes.
just, getting rid and it just moves slowly?
Yeah, you're going through a transition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like me, I have some issues because I'm diabetic, and I have a sluggish system, but this is something a lot different.
Deeper. It's different.
Yeah, much deeper. You know what I'm talking about, again, and it won't come out of that deep spot. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it has to do with the transition. It has to do with a clearing of the old you into the new you.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
And I try to explain this to people all the time, Shante. I'll tell them. They always say, "Oh, I love your gift is so cool," and stuff like that. And I say, "Well, it's not a gift, it's ability, but whatever." But I tell them, "Yeah, you only want the cool part of my gift. You don't want all the shit that comes with it."
Because this shadow work that come with it on this backside,
No.
Okay, these wounds that you would have never thought. You thought you had the perfect childhood. You raised pretty well. There's some fucked up shit that happened back yonder that plays a part in every moment when you get up.
Yes.
Every day. Every single day.
I tell people all the time, everything you do when you're young is going to play a part when you get old. And you better believe it. But they don't get it. But
it's okay. Let them find out. That sounds like a young spirit. That sound like one of them newbie spirits that ain't had too many visits.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
So let them find out.
Spirit tends to bring people. They bring people to me that are about to or need to awaken. So they bring them to me, and I'll find out. They'll tell me, "Oh, this person's got an ability. They don't know about it. Can you tell them about it and get them started?" So I do that. But I always tell them when we're doing this, when we're going through this process, you have to have that sit down talk with God and decide if you're going to move forward with this or not. But I
If
always
this is
tell them,
what you want.
yes, is this what you want? Because saying yes and moving forward to it is not what you think it is. There's a lot more that you will get sick, you will get ill, you will have low energy days, you will just feel like there's nothing left, and then all of a sudden you have something. It's so up and
Right.
down. You have to understand what you're saying yes to. And I always tell them, I don't want it to sound bad because the good really does outweigh the bad stuff. But you got to
It
go.
does.
You got to go through the bad stuff. And they always say,
You got to be
"Well, I gotta
okay
think
with
about it."
stepping in the hot ass kitchen. You got to
Yeah,
be okay with walking through the kitchen in order to get to the back door to go outside.
right. And by
Okay.
the time you get from one end to the other, you're going to be sweating your ass off.
You're
Are
going to
you
want some
ready?
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, are you ready for that? And most people go, "Oh, I don't know. It takes all that. I thought it's just going to turn on and that's it." And I'm like, "No, I wish."
Like Daniel, when people say, I want to open my third eye. I want to open my third eye. No, you
Yeah,
don't.
no, you should
No, no, you don't.
put some sunglasses on that third eye.
You don't want anything to do with that yet, because just in you saying that lets me know that you're not ready for that back work that comes
Right,
with getting that to work
right,
in the way that it's supposed to, and you understanding what it is that it's giving you.
right. Because when you open that up, you're not opening it up just to the things, good things that you want. You're opening
Right.
it up to everything.
It's not just rainbows and
No,
gumdrops and lollipops.
no,
There are things that want to kill you. There are things that want to sit here and
yes,
hold you like this.
yes,
There are things that want to hold you in fear, that want to keep you from doing anything. There are those things out there, and you have to be aware
yes.
that when you open yourself up, when you let that beacon, when you
You're
let that light shine,
open to everything. Yes,
they're going to see that just
yes,
as much as the light's going to see that.
yes.
Both of them are going to see that, and then it's up to you to have that then discernment on how you are then going to utilize
Yeah, yeah,
your
absolutely.
light.
Yeah, yeah. I tell that to people all the time. I say, I see everything. I don't just see, I see dogs, cats, horse, cows, fishes, everything, all stuff, fishes. But I see all these negative ones too, and they come up to me with the nastiest looks and say the nastiest
Yes,
things. Like,
yes.
how do you? And
Like,
I
baby,
said,
why you don't like me?
you have to you have to discern which ones are the good ones, which are the bad ones, and how you're going to deal with all that stuff. And people go, "Oh, well, there's that." Yeah, I said, "Yeah, there's that."
Yeah,
You're opening,
it's a
you're
light.
opening up a big can of worms, and they just don't get it.
It is it is a life. It
It
is a
is,
life that
it is
not
a life.
many people travel. It is
No,
a road that is less traveled, but the thing is, it's a beautiful road, and I wouldn't take it
yes.
no other
Oh,
way.
no, no, no. As I tell people, and this is going to make sense to you, I tell people all the time because it's going to resonate with you. With us, between us and them, there are some people who are meant to be teachers, and other people are just meant to be students.
Yes, and that's a hard lesson
Yeah,
to swallow when you want to be the student,
yeah,
but you're the teacher.
yeah, yeah. And you have, this is what you have
Yeah.
to be. So, it's not always, like we said, it's not always easy. It's a rough road to go down, but like you said, it's worth it. It really is.
Yeah.
When you get to help people every day, I mean, that's a good feeling. As you're doing good, but each time you help somebody, there's something else around the corner that you're going to have to deal with. It's twice as bad. So
When I'm
how,
able
how do
to
you get?
sleep.
Yeah, you just said
When
it
I'm
right.
able to
When I'm
sleep,
able to sleep,
okay? Because Spirit will have you working, and when you're listening and you're just on that conference call, you're always moving. In that movement, yes, it makes you feel
Yeah,
happy. It makes you feel very happy,
yes,
but then you be like, y'all don't operate on time. But
no,
unfortunately, I'm here and they operate on time, and I'm tired.
yeah, yes, absolutely. And you said something earlier, how you said the rainbows and gumdrops. I tell people,
Gumdrop.
yeah, I tell them all the time, the world is not rainbows and unicorns. It's just not. It's more than you think it is. You just have to realize that, but realizing that by opening yourself up to do that,
Right.
it's like that whole matrix thing where you take that red pill, blue pill type thing.
You take the rose-colored glasses off
Right.
and you see things for what it is. It's taking that illusion, it's
Yeah.
moving that veil, it's
Yes.
coming on that other side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how do you deal with that every day? Is there something that you do you think maybe I mean, because I know we all have us who
Our
have
quirks.
these abilities, yeah, our quirks. Yeah, boy, that was a good one. That's a big beautiful smile on that one. What is there? What do you do for your daily routine or your routine that helps you to deal with these types of inconsistencies in
so
your life?
So
Consistent.
I have a whole way of dealing with folks if I'm in the house, because doing this is still stepping out of your zone and interacting with people.
Correct.
So I have a setup for me when I'm in the house and in my space. Nothing can penetrate this bubble.
Right.
Nothing can come into this bubble. The only thing that can go out is my good energy. Nothing that I'm dealing with, whether that be positive or negative, can be sent to anybody else, because that's not nobody else's bag to carry.
Right.
That's for me to clear up and then get together. When I go outside, I put that same bubble around me, just make it more compact,
Sure.
make it fit me. In that bubble, I make sure that my light, first off, is the first thing. That's on containment mode,
Right.
because I don't want to go outside and have an interaction with somebody, and it requires too much energy of me. I am
Sure.
very thoughtful about how I utilize my energy throughout the day. So if I go outside, I don't use no sage or nothing. I'm not sitting over here sage myself, but I don't do any of that. I say a
Me either.
prayer to myself, and I say a prayer to my ancestors. Hey, this is what I'm about to do today. I need y'all to be here with me in these moments. I need y'all to guide my tongue when it's meant for me to say something.
Right.
And I need you to hold my tongue, because I got a mouth and I got a sailor mouth, and I'll cut a bitch out. I'll cuss a bitch out in a minute.
Right.
2 seconds. That bitch say something wrong and no, bitch, let me tell you. Let me motherfucking tell you
Right.
something, okay? Because that's not what the fuck that. I ask for them to hold that.
Yeah.
I ask for that higher self of me to come out and show them,
Yeah.
this is what you need to put out there. I'ma always be loving and receiving. I'm a mom before I'm anything. I'm a mother. I'm heart. I am love before I'm anything. So I make sure that that is what's shown when I go outside, and then when I
Sure.
get ready to come inside the house, I shake all that shit off,
Right.
because
Turn it
people
off,
be
man.
looking at me crazy. I got that guy. I have to mentally, in my mind, you do not have to go to the store and go buy no sage. You ain't got to go buy up all the crystals in the goddamn store.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it's something that you want to do, that's fine. I have crystals. Okay, they're there.
The power to
Yeah,
help yourself is within yourself.
it's in here,
Yeah.
and you have to be able to go in here and tune everything else out.
Yeah.
You have to be able to go in here and say, this is what I command
Yes.
today. This is what I command, and this is what I set out. and
Yep.
you let nothing come in and shake that, because trust me, people are going to come in and they're going to try to shake that.
Oh yeah,
They're
they do
going
all
to
the time.
want to
They
shake
try.
that.
They try.
And you have to be firm. That's when that root chakra,
Yeah.
your toes being planted,
Yeah.
your spiritual umbilical cord being connected,
Yes.
and you being able to say, you know what, despite what you say, honey, I'm a bad mama jamma,
Yeah.
okay? And you want some of this water over here. Treat it funny if you want to, and your well's gonna run dry.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna know what to tell you about that. I don't know where you need to go source the water from. Like when people come and they tell you your issues, you like, okay. But every time I give you advice, you never take that advice.
Right.
So I'm not gonna keep giving you this good water.
You're not going to keep if you're not going to do anything with it.
If you're not gonna do nothing with it, baby, you're gonna have to let that pond dry up, okay, and go find you somewhere else to nest.
Yeah, I always I'll wake up in the morning sometimes when I feel something coming on, and I just say, I sit there and I say, okay, I'm going to take some energy from inside of me, put it all around me from my head to my toes, and to protect me from all negative energies within me and outside of me, so that nothing will bother me. And then I'll do that little thing, and I'll go out. And they try. People try. People can call me an asshole all day long, but they're just words.
Do you see it when you're driving?
Oh,
do you see it when you're driving?
I just, I don't even entertain it. I just go, I, I'm not going to get angry because they're angry with me.
I hope you make it to your destination,
I
sweetheart.
usually do, but
no, that's what I tell them.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna meet them. You're gonna meet them at the red light.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna meet them at the red light. I just hope you make it to where you going.
Yeah.
Safely, sweetheart. Okay.
Yeah. Try to have a great day. Be good. Don't do stupid shit. But
send them with a smile when you wave at
them. They like.
Okay.
They hate that. They hate that.
What's she waving at me for? Hey.
Have a great day.
Smile.
Bye now.
Smile.
Yeah.
Okay. Do this. It feels good. Okay, try it.
Try to turn it around for them if they can't turn it around for themselves. But it's hard sometimes when you're out there. It's you have to put that bubble up. You have to put that shield around yourself because there are, as we know, there are those people out there who will intentionally just pick out one person and go after them for no reason at all. No reason at all.
Intentionally suck your energy. They will intentionally latch on to you.
Yeah, like energy vampires. They're energy vampires. Yeah, they just try to pull
Bless the baby heart.
I don't let them. I don't let them. I always tell them, okay, move along. There's nothing else there to see. Go ahead. Because I always say to people, they are like a singer, and you are the audience member, and they try to sing their mess to you all day long. All you have to do is walk away. You don't have to be a part of the audience anymore if you don't want to. But people, they stick in and stay with it. And I say, the only reason these negative people are in your life is because you allow them to be in there. That's all.
What are you attracting? What are you putting out there?
Right.
I don't attract negative people. Well,
you don't? What do you mean you don't?
Let's dig deeper, okay? Let's dig a little bit deeper, and I'm gonna help you realize why those people are coming, and you're gonna realize it, and you're gonna be like, oh,
yeah, I didn't think about that part.
Yeah. I didn't think about it that way, and that's that perspective. That's that putting your feet in another pair of shoes.
Yeah,
that's that stepping out and looking at your situation from a non-objective point.
Right.
And saying, okay, this is what you're doing. Because sometimes I'll be ratchet. Sometimes I'll be fucking up. Okay. Sometimes I'll be fucking up. But then that's when I have to step out.
Yeah.
And say, Shante, pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Yeah. I did a reading for a lady one time, sat down in front of me and held her hand. And she says, what do you see? And I said, I see a big giant ball of red energy around you. This negative energy around you. I said, it's trying to connect to you. I said, but you have a lot of negativeness going on. Oh, no, I don't. No, I'm okay. No, I'm fine. And then 10 minutes into the conversation, I said, well, what's this mess going on with you and your sister? And she said, oh, that bitch. Yeah, I don't talk to that bitch. She trying to run my life. And I said, hey, you remember the negative ball of energy that's following you? She said,
Ding, ding, ding.
oh, is that what you mean? I said, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Oh man.
That was that. That was
It-
that.
yeah, deniable, deny, deny, deny. Yeah, yeah. That's the. They don't. They 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 need us in a way to help
In a
them
way.
understand themselves.
Right. They need somebody to be able to hold their hand and walk them through the different perspectives.
Right.
I need you to be able to be calm, and I need you to be able to not let your emotions
Right.
interact with what I am going to show you.
Right.
Because what I'm going to show you is going to help you to get through
Yeah.
this mess.
When I tell them ideas about that, then they go, oh, well, I never looked at it that way. Well, maybe you should.
Maybe you should start looking at things that way. Okay?
Yeah.
There's
Open up your
nothing wrong
eyes.
with that.
Yeah. Open your eyes and your heart, and then and put yourself. Because I tell people all the time, don't judge people. When you see somebody walking up and you're about to judge them, think to yourself about yourself. Take a self inventory of all the crap you got going on, and then
Real quick.
just imagine. I bet you that person's going through some shit too. And then bite your tongue and walk the hell away because you got nothing to say to them.
Right.
People are just, they just,
People feel the need to say something.
yeah, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. So, let me see here. So, what is your opinion on meditation? I tell people I think it's instrumental to finding out things that they could know or need to know. What about you? What does it work for you, and how's it make you feel?
So meditation for me, it definitely it makes me feel like I'm
Right.
here. I have a tendency. I have a very bad. I don't want to call it a bad tendency because I feel like it'd be beneficial. But I have a tendency to be in the future. I don't. I'm not always present. I'm not always here. I'm always
Yeah.
ahead in what's
Yeah.
going on. So when I get the chance to meditate, I get the chance to step out of the
Right.
future, come to the present, acknowledge what's going on here in correlation to what I see in
Right.
the future, and then make the connection. So for me, it's not I'm gonna go turn some music on and go num 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 ringing num 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 home. No, I'm not about to do none of that shit. That shit's gonna make me go to sleep in less than 10 minutes.
I do put music on, but I put what's called binaural beats on, so it's a very low. And
Yeah, and that's
yeah,
it's completely
yeah,
different from any other meditation and especially if you're a person that vibes off of
all the
vibration.
time.
Those types of meditations are more beneficial. I'm not going to sleep in that, baby. We're going on
Yeah,
a
we're
full
going on a journey.
adventure. I got some binaural
We're
beats
going on a
going.
journey.
Okay. I have no plans for
No.
tomorrow. That's why I got this playing today. Okay. But for me, I find myself, I don't know how many people have watched Harry Potter, but in the movie, remember there's a library that was found in the desert. And when it came up, it just kind of erected and all the sand fell off of it.
Here it goes.
That's where I go when I go meditate. So I start in my meditation in the desert. And this is something that I do by myself. It's no anything guiding me. It's just a Shante, we are making the pilgrimage to get to this location. So I see myself in the desert. Do your breaths, whatever it is I need to do to get myself calm, to get myself relaxed. As soon as I hit that relaxed state, that REM mode, that tower
just comes up.
pops up. And then once the tower comes up, then I walk up the stairs. Walking up the stairs is a breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. At that point, my higher self, and I call her Anna. I call her Anna. Anna takes over for my physical body. So because I have kids, sometimes when I be meditating, they'll come and they'll say stuff to me. I've been able to develop it to the point where Anna's able to step in for me. If something needs to be said to
Right.
the kids, she'll say that while I
Still.
am
Yeah.
wherever it is that I am receiving what it is that I need to see. So for me, it's something that I take time with. I'm thankful to be able to have that space. And I like to tell people who don't do meditation, meditating is just like praying. You're just not
Right.
talking. You're just not sitting here saying, God, I need you to help me. It's not that. It's deeper, because the same way God sends you messages is the same way we talk to Him. It's the same way we connect. That automatic thought that you know what it is that I desire. I don't have to say anything. All I have to do is create that image, and you have received my
Yeah.
intention.
Yeah.
It's that simple. I'm not about to get on my knees. Sometimes I'll sit in the chair. Sometimes I'll sit on the couch. Sometimes I'll lay down. But I know if I'm laying down, I know that I'm preparing myself to either accept a download or I'm taking myself on a
Yeah.
journey.
Now that point when you said, God, please help me, do you ever answer back and go, Shante, help yourself?
There be many a times where I feel them, and I'm gonna stand up and show it to you. I feel like they like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you expecting me to, what?
What you want us
Yeah.
to do that you
And
can't
you
come
can't do
over
it
here and
yourself.
get
That's
access
right.
to?
That's
It's
right.
right there. It's right
That's
there.
right.
Go get it.
That's right. Yeah, because like I said, God bless us. Yeah, he blessed us once. He put us here. He wants us to figure it out. But you have it right here. Go get it. That's all you got to do. But don't.
You got to take a
Yeah,
leap of faith.
instead of asking me for it all day long, just go get it yourself. It's right there. That's all you got to do. You got to have it.
It was never something that you
That's
couldn't
right.
attain. It was always
Right.
here for you.
You just have to have
Always.
faith in it. That's all. Absolutely. Yeah. When I do
Yes.
meditation, I put on the binaural beats. I put it on my YouTube here on my phone and stick it on a little USB or little Bluetooth speaker, and I stick it in the corner. I stick it in the
Yes.
corner of a room. That way, it could be a low volume, but it vibrates around the whole room. It comes around me, and the vibration just hits me, and I get
Yes.
encompassed in that vibration, and then I mean, I'm in, after breathing, I'm in. And I found all that out by going to a massage. I used to, I used to, yeah, I know it's crazy. I used to sit in my room and just say the word empty to get everything out of my mind out loud, and then and then in my mind. But it would still take me 20 or 30 minutes
Right.
to get in. Whereas when I went to this massage, she was playing binaural beats, and as soon as I laid down, she turned it on. I closed my eyes, and I was in, and I was like, "Wait a minute." Now,
This is the quickest
yeah,
I done got
in
here.
my meditation, I can do it in my mind, but they tell me I'm allowed to talk through it as well. But I'm still in, and I ask them questions. But
Right.
most of I'll do that for maybe the first 10 minutes, but afterwards, then the mind takes over. And I remember the very first time it
Yes.
happened to me when I first tried it with that way. A voice,
How
a
was
voice
it?
came in, and then my mind had a conversation with the voice. And then all of a sudden, within a few seconds, I went, was I just talking to somebody? Who was I talking to? I know they were talking to me. I'm talking. My mind was answering back. It wasn't me. I was like, what's going on here? I want to do that again.
Right.
Oh shit! I'm out of it. I can't do it today. I got to do it tomorrow.
The first time I really did a meditation, I did a Kundalini meditation, and it was with by
Oh, that sounds kind of
Leaf.
dirty. But go ahead.
And I don't know if many people have seen the movie Lucy,
Oh, no.
but in So Lucy, it has Morgan Freeman in it, and it has the lady who plays in the movie Black Widow.
Oh, okay. Don't know her name. Know who she is.
So in in the movie, she gets kidnapped by this mafia people, and they have this serum that when you ingest this serum, it unlocks all
Can
of
I
your
ask for
brain.
that?
So you know the 10% of your brain, you only use so much percent. So in the movie, it unlocks it. But there's a certain part in the movie where she has a realization of one. And in that moment, lights flicker all through her body, like in the movie Thor, the little
Oh,
highway into the
yeah.
city. It was like lights like that. And in that moment, she was able to see, feel, touch all the planets. She was able to go back into time and see the goddamn dinosaurs. She saw the stars. She saw all of that shit. In my meditation, I was laying there and it was like, oh, all of these lights, all of this, you're connected. If you ever felt alone, you're not alone. You're
Absolutely.
connected. It was
It is,
crazy.
and it is crazy. And they bring me stuff or take me places. I'll see, like, if you ever seen on like some of the Star Trek shows where they're in the ship and they're going through this like wormhole looking thing. I see that thing and I'm
Yes.
going through it, and I'm like, where the heck are they taking me? And then all of a sudden, I'm somewhere else. I know I'm in some other universe, some other planet, and I'm looking at it going, what's going on here? This is, and all of a sudden, right back through again. Or they show me things, and they bring me a lot of messages in cartoon form. It literally shows up like a
Okay.
movie right in front of my eyes. And then, like one of them last year was me. They showed me riding my bicycle that I have in my garage, riding it around. And I said to him
Yeah.
right there with my voice, I said, "You want me to ride my bicycle?" And I got a yes across my face. And I
Right.
said, "Well, I look thinner in that one." And I said, "Yes." And I went, "Oh, you want me to exercise?" And they said, "Yes." And then I did. And I ended up doing that and lost like 15 pounds, and everything was going really good
Okay.
for me with the diabetes and all that stuff. So I said, okay, now. But yeah, that's how they brought me a message one time, like 3 years ago, of this old man, kind of looked like me, but he had longer beard and stuff like that. And he had these
Okay.
scrolls, and he's writing on the scrolls. And I'm going, oh, I see the guy writing the scrolls. What's that all about? Then all of a sudden, right comes up in front of my face a piece of paper with my handwriting on it. And I was like, do you want me to write a book? And then I started getting
Right.
yes, 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 yes. And I was like, oh
All
my God, you
over.
want me to write a book? I said, what about? And they said, you. And I said, okay, but then what? And they said, well, we're going to bring you some messages we want you to write down from us, being God, angels. I said, okay. But it didn't
Right.
happen for a couple of years. And then just last year, I said, I've said, I think I'm supposed to start writing my book now. And then they started answering me, yeah, 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 yeah. And I did it. So I wrote it. It's all done. It's being in the editing process right now. But yeah, hopefully that's
Get
come
it.
out. But I'm not a writer. I just wrote a bunch of paragraphs, but it was all a chronological story. It's just a chronological story of how I started seeing spirit
How
how
it
I started
happened.
seeing spirit my entire life, and then all of a sudden, when my awakening period happened, and then from then on, and but I know it had to happen last year when I started to write it because a lot of the stuff that showed up in it had happened in the past couple of years. So I needed that time to not write it, and now then write it. But yeah, it's funny how they tell me all the time that spirit likes a good joke, and
I want to
it's
let.
funny how they bring this stuff to
Oh,
us in the time that we think it's supposed for us, but it's not really in time for us until like later on, you know?
I feel like while you were saying that, I feel like they were telling me the reason why these books are needing to be written because I've been told by a couple people, you know, you need to write a book. I feel like they're telling me these books need to be written because these are how our future generations are going to automatically then become. Like a lot of the strife that we talked about in the beginning, like the fact that money is fucked up. I don't understand why we have a fucked up money system, all that shit. These stories, our lives, these recollections that we're getting are going to be put in place to help bring forth that newer generation.
Because eventually things are going to get really bad, and then there's going to be a point where we come out of it, and then the people aren't going to look towards government or religion to
that modality.
They're going to look for spirituality to help them. And
thank you for confirming that for me. I appreciate.
We were told that like 4 years ago through a channeled message. I'm able to channel as well. I can channel with other mediums. And I close my eyes, we clear our minds, and I hold their hands. Every time I do it, the person I'm sitting with looks like they get shocked with electricity because of all the energies coming through. And then the message, it comes through me, and they start speaking. And you can always tell it's not their voice or the words that they're saying.
Right, because it come out with a whole different tone. It come out with a whole different vibe.
And that's why I alluded to earlier by saying some of us are meant to be teachers, and everyone else is going to be students. We are going to be the two teachers of the new world. Because
I'm prepared.
I'm hoping you understand that you're part of that.
It's a task that they have told me. They've told me, and at first I was like, but how? How? And I'm just little old me. They said, no, baby, you not little old nobody. You don't understand how much of a giant.
People are going to be coming to you, asking you for answers, and the answers you are going to get are going to be guided messages. But the thing about it is they're going to be asking you for the answers, and you have to let them know or feel that the answers are coming from you and nowhere else. You're not, and there's going to be a point where there is no money, and they're just going to be bringing you things like chickens or things that you need to help with your survival for these animals.
Bam. And that was the communal card that I saw, that I pulled. The being a part of that community, and because I have something that I can give to you, you have something that you can give to me.
Yes, and you're going to be part of that as well as myself and a few others around this world. Like how you were in the very beginning for me, when I was waking up, I was fortunate enough to do what you did. I met with other people who were professionals in this already, a group of them, and they helped me. They helped me develop my ability for the first year, and then by the end of that year, they were coming to me for answers, which was funny. But we all help each other now.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, you're like, you helped me 6 months ago get to this point, and now you're coming to me for an answer?
And now you're asking me to do something that you were once the teacher showing me how to do.
Like you just said it. You're asking little old me. Yeah. But we're not that. We're much more than that. It's just hard to grasp that in this human form.
Yeah, but being able to then go and to be able to turn on that sense of awareness, it's a sense of awe. It makes you feel like, you know what, I'm proud to sit here and be in this space. I'm proud to be acknowledged in that way, and it's only to be acknowledged in a way for me to open up and spark that light and flame in somebody else to be able to then see that.
The one thing I've always so with me, I learned how to build up my abilities here, but as far as like getting some training from someone else, I haven't. I don't read books. I don't watch any videos. Everything that I talk about with people, everything that I know, yeah,
It
it just
just
comes. I
comes.
get it from spirit. They tell me everything. Uh, my spirit
Yes.
guides are archangels. I see them all the time. I see them around me all the time. I asked them one time, "How many do I have with me?" And they said, "All." And I was like, "Okay." So how many is all? Yeah. So thousands. Like I said, when I first started out, I had two, and when I be in my bedroom at nighttime, I see two glowing lights coming up from the floor around me. That started.
Glowing lights be the creepy
Oh
shit, right?
yeah,
In the middle of the
yeah.
night,
It was
you be like,
crazy. I was like, where is that
what
coming
the?
from? Well, I mean, where and yeah, it
Yes.
started out with two, and now it's uh, and I just knew their two names, and now I'm up to I think like 28 or something like that.
Look, it's a
It's yeah,
plethora.
it just keeps coming. I used to at night when I do my prayers or say my prayers at night and thanking them for everything because that's what prayers are for thanking, not for asking for more. And
Right.
I thank them. I would just say their names. Now I got to go through this whole list of names. Okay, yeah, Helen, yeah, all these names, and eventually it's just going to go.
Let me know.
Eventually I'm going to stop at all the names and go. Okay, thank all of you, and then that's it. You know what I mean? Because
I want to thank the
yeah, the
crew.
crew. Yeah, I got.
I call them
Yeah,
the crew. I want to thank the
yeah.
crew. All
They're
of
the opposite
y'all.
of
Every
they're
last
the
one of y'all.
opposite of a two live crew. They are the two dead crew. Yeah, whatever, maybe. But I just came up with that. But yeah, I know where all the information comes from, and yeah, they look different because I see them what they look like, and they're not men with wings.
Some of them
Yeah,
are different.
they're just
Some of
different.
them, it's a shock. It's
Oh
like
boy.
a
Okay,
okay,
what? I see
okay.
most of them, and they look like 7 foot praying mantises standing in my room. But they're talking to me. Uh, but yeah, I see them, and but I know what they are, and I know what they do, and I know what they do for us. It's not.
And you know that
Yeah,
you're
I know
safe.
that I'm safe.
The main thing is you know that they're not there to
No,
hurt you. They're not there for any malice or any type of
right.
negative thing. They're there to be
Yeah,
upheld.
you can feel it, and you just know it.
Yeah,
And if I can get
yeah.
along with them, and they can get along with me, knowing what how much different they look like than I look to them, and they look to me. Why
Right.
can't the rest of us do the same thing?
I just don't understand why you just can't be okay with the fact that she's
Right,
green.
right.
Okay? She's
Yeah,
okay. There's
yeah.
nothing
I don't
wrong with
mind.
her.
Well, from watching Star Trek back in the day when Captain Kirk was going out with all the green chicks, I've seen a few of them. It wouldn't bother me. No, no, she's green. No.
Okay, he talking to all the
Right,
alien species, all
right.
of them,
All
all
of them.
of them. He took a dip in
Right. Yeah, he took
everybody's
a big
pool.
dip. Yeah,
Okay.
that's for sure. Yeah. Why can't we all take a big dip and just get beyond that? Because
Why can't you see the light that is in me, that is
right,
in you, that is in us all? Because I am only but a
right.
light.
Right. This is just a vessel. That's all this is just a vessel in order for my light to be here.
In order for this extra exuberant ass
Yeah.
light that's up in this bitch to
Right. Because
shine.
we're all here to
Okay.
shine, but we got to recognize the fact that we are all here to shine, and no one is here
And that you're
and no
worth
one is here
shining.
to shine more than someone else.
Say it
No one is
again.
here to shine more than
Say it
someone
again.
else. We're all the same. We're all the
Okay.
same. We all came from the same place. We can all go back to the same place. Unless we stay here earthbound, if you choose. But yeah, we can all go back. But
Okay.
we can all shine together here as one big communal light. But, but we got to work
Yeah.
together to do that. We got to stop segregating ourselves from ourselves. We got to stop building walls up around these places. We all live on the same planet. No one's going anywhere anytime soon. So we better start to get along with each other.
We all got to
Hell,
share this shit. I'm just trying to figure out why the water costs so much and why the gas is so goddamn
how,
high. We all got to use
how
this
much is
shit.
gas where you live right now?
It is $4.59 in the state of Illinois. Okay, $4.59.
It was $3.99 4 days ago, and then the next day after that, I went back to the gas station, and then it was $4.39. It went up another 40 cents. I was like, "What the heck?" And
I said, "I'm not going nowhere."
Yeah,
okay, I'm in the house.
I just feel, we can't go on like this. Something is coming, something is going to happen. And it ain't going to be good.
It's just a matter of, are you ready?
Are you ready? We're ready.
And are you ready to let go of some people that you might not be able to hold on to? Like there's a certain somebody in my life that they've shown me time and time again.
Yeah, I'm getting touched absolutely right here, right across my.
They're not coming. And because of who that person is to me, it's crazy. But at the same time, my spirit knows that I have no choice but to be okay with it, because that's a learning thing that she is going that she's going to have.
And you're going to have to learn to let it go.
And I'm going to have to be okay with knowing that I can't help everybody. I'm not meant to save everybody. Some people got to save themselves. They got to be their own.
From what I'm told by Spirit, in order for this world to move forward, there needs to be less of us. And there's only one way that less of us is going to happen all at once. So, and it's okay if they go, because I'm okay with it. As you know, we both know where they're going.
I know where you're going. And I can still talk to you.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I can still see you.
Maybe nobody else can, but I can. But I see Spirit 24/7, and that never goes away.
It changes the way that you look at death.
I'm not afraid.
It changes the whole construct of death. If anything, I'm ready. Okay, I'm trying to get over there. It's funner.
It's only my body that dies, and it's going to be a release for us, releasing all this pain, anger, sorrow, grief, and guilt, and all that stuff, and just letting it go totally.
Yes.
There's a difference of separating ourselves from it and from actually letting it all go. Yeah,
correct.
And I mean, I know I got time here, and I still got more to do, but. When that day comes, or for me, it's nighttime. I'm going to sleep and not waking up again. I got 28 more years to go. So I asked them when I'm going to pass, and I'm going to be 83. My birthday is in November. But I will go in August when I'm 83 on the third week of August on a Wednesday night, and I will go. They're actually going to tell me it's time to go tonight, and I will be able to go in and talk to my wife and tell her I'm leaving, and she'll know. So, because she already knows.
What's crazy is you described the date, and the date sounds like my birthday. Is hilarious to me, because my birthday is in August, and I was born on a Wednesday.
Boom.
Bang, bing bong, right there.
Yeah, I'm going to be 83. How about you?
I have not asked that question. Well, they let me know that, because I feel like I'm 86. Okay, yeah. I feel old. I feel old as shit. But everything about me is young, and they tell me, even though you feel old, we get that. This lifetime, you have a long time to be here. There's still shit that needs to be done.
You want to know when?
Yes. If you got something, look, tell me. If they told you it's okay, look, tell me.
It's the reason why you feel like you're 86, because that's when you'll be. You'll be gone at 86. So you have from now until that to get your work done. And you have a lot of it, lady.
Yeah. I got shit to open up, okay? Like there are buildings that have to be opened up, that have to be set up. There's a lot.
I'm actually being touched right now. This is the guy who touches me right here. It feels like a letter L right here on my head. That's Archangel Michael. and that's who's touching me telling me, yes, you have a lot to do, and you'll be out of here at the age of 86. I mean, that's a pretty good number. I mean, it's not too old where it hurts.
It's better than 22.
Yeah, but it's not so old that it hurts to pee or something like that.
I could never, when I was younger, I could never see myself past the age of 22, ever. People would ask me, what do you want to do when you get older? And I'm like, you live until I'm 22. I'm not worried about that. But 22 was when my awakening process started, and it was at its fullness when I was 25.
So when I get touched for yes answers, when you're telling me stuff, they're actually answering me at the same time, and so when I feel that, it feels like blood's dripping across my face. That's what it feels like, or it's just dragging across my face. They say I wear the crown of thorns.
Oh, so I get it. Makes complete sense, because right there, as soon as it hit,
it's dripping across my face. So every time you're telling me something, they're actually answering it.
It's coming back, and they like, "Yup, she did that shit."
And now you're basically in full swing, and it's happening. So I think I've taken up enough of your time here. So I see here you're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Tell my listeners where they can find you and how they can get a hold of you.
So on Facebook, my name on there is Earth Angel Shante, like the song Earth Angel.
Okay.
Yes, that is me. That is me. And on Instagram, my name is the same there. It is Earth Angel Shante. You can request for readings from either location. And then on TikTok, my name is The Oracle 21.
All right. And I will make sure that we will put links up to those places that people can reach you on at the end of this broadcast as well, so they can find you, because if anyone is listening to me out there, because they usually do, if you can't get a hold of me for a reading, you get a hold of Shante, because she will tell you. Because if you can't get me, she will get you. Because when I spoke with her initially to get her on this show, the way that I do that is I see someone who asks, or talk to someone, and I specifically ask my spirit guides if this person is real or not. Does she have this ability? And it was all across my forehead. So I didn't just get a regular. I didn't get my regular just one yes. She was all over my.
Let me tell you something. She's real for real.
She's the real deal. And if you need help, you reach out to her. Reach out to her on Facebook or on Instagram or on TikTok, and you find her, and she will help you. Really help you. All right. Well, that's about it for us. I hope everybody enjoyed the program here. I hope I was glad to bring Shante on here because I knew she was going to bring some truth out here, because that's what we do. We bring truth to people. And so as I tell everybody, thank you for being here on Beyond the Veil with Daniel Jackson and me. And be good and don't do any stupid shit. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Don't do no stupid shit.
Stay away from stupid shit. That is the end.
This was Beyond the Veil with Daniel Jackson. For more information about Shante, please see the links in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Beyond the Veil with Daniel Jackson.